Did you know that the very frozen food sitting quietly in your freezer might be raising your risk of cancer and dementia after the age of 70? Most people believe frozen food is safe, convenient, and even healthy. After all, it saves time, it lasts longer, and it often looks just like the fresh version. But what if I told you the truth is far more complicated? What if I told you that some of the most common frozen foods found in almost every American home are quietly harming your body in ways you never imagined? Stay with me here, because what you are about to discover could change the way you look at your freezer forever. This is not about exotic products or strange imports. We're talking about 6 everyday frozen foods that look completely harmless, yet may be raising your risk of cancer and dementia without you even noticing. And today, we will focus on the first 3 foods that doctors and nutritionists warn about. By the end of this video, you will know what they are, why they are risky, and what you can do instead to keep your brain sharp, your heart strong, and your body full of energy. So before you reach into your freezer again, let us take a closer look together. Now here is the first surprising culprit. Number 1. Frozen berries. With added sugar. At first glance, a bag of frozen berries seems like the perfect choice. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They are colorful, full of antioxidants, and often praised as superfoods. Many people toss them into smoothies or sprinkle them on top of oatmeal, thinking they are making one of the healthiest choices possible. But here is the hidden truth that most people never notice. Many frozen berry packs are coated with syrups, sweeteners, and preservatives that completely change their effect on your body. Is this dangerous, especially after the age of 70? Because your body does not process sugar the way it used. Tahoe's added sugars cause blood sugar spikes that increase inflammation, and over time, inflammation is one of the key drivers of both cancer and dementia. Your brain cells become more vulnerable, your blood vessels stiffen, and your memory can decline faster than you realize. Let me give you a picture. Think of 2 women, Linda and Patricia, both 74 years old. Linda chooses plain, unsweetened frozen berries. She stirs them into her morning oatmeal or blends them with yogurt. Her energy stays steady, her weight is under control, and her doctor always praises her blood work. Patricia, on the other hand, loves the taste of the sweetened versions. She buys the ones soaked in syrup, believing that fruit is always healthy no matter what. What she does not see is that the extra sugar is quietly pushing her blood pressure higher, adding weight around her belly and leaving her tired after meals. And worse, these hidden sugars are fueling the very processes that increase cancer risk and accelerate memory loss. Now pause for a second and think about this. When was the last time you checked the label on your frozen fruit? Do you know whether it says unsweetened, or does it hide words like syrup, sugar added, or fruit juice concentrate? Small line on the package could be the difference between protecting your brain and harming it. Good news is you can fix this easily. Always pick berries that say unsweetened or no sugar deadened. If you feel they taste a little bland, just add a sprinkle of cinnamon or a few chopped nuts. Trust me, the natural sweetness of fruit is more than enough. If you are still with me, let me ask you this. Do you want your freezer to be your friend or your silent enemy? Because the choice begins with simple swaps like this one. Oh, let us move to number 2. Frozen fish sticks and breaded seafood. For many families, fish sticks bring back childhood memories. They are easy to prepare, tasty, and seem like a simple way to eat more seafood. But behind that golden crunchy coating lies a mix of trans fats, refined oils, and additives that quietly damage the heart and brain. Here is what makes it worse. The fish itself might be perfectly healthy, salmon, cod, haddock, full of protein and good fats, but the processing is the problem. When the fish is coated, fried in industrial oils, and then frozen for months, it transforms into a food that promotes inflammation, clogs arteries, and stresses the brain. Think about 2 men, Charles and Edward, both in their late 70s. Charles buys plain frozen salmon fillets, seasons them lightly with lemon and herbs, bakes them in the oven, and enjoys a clean, nutritious meal. As a result, his cholesterol stays balanced, his memory is sharp, and his doctor always encourages him to keep it up. Edward, however, relies on frozen fish sticks because they are fast and they remind him of the meals he once shared with his children. The breading tastes great, but it is fried in oils that quietly inflame his arteries and weaken his heart over time. Edward notices his memory slipping, his blood pressure creeping higher, and his energy fading. So let me ask you, which path do you want for yourself? Do you want the steady, sharp mind of Charles, or the slow decline of Edward? Solution is simple. Keep seafood simple. Buy plain frozen fish. Add your own herbs and cook it in heart-friendly oils like olive or avocado. And if you still crave crunch, make your own coating with oats or whole grain crumbs baked in the oven instead of fried in factory oils. Now here's a quick question for you. Before we continue, are you starting to see how something that looks harmless can actually harm you deep life? Yes, type number 2 in the comments below, so I know you are still with me. Your support means a lot, and it helps us keep creating helpful videos like this one. Oh, let us move forward to number 3, microwavable frozen rice bowl set. First, these bowls look convenient, portion controlled, and even healthy. After all, rice is just rice, right? But here is the trap. Most of these ready-made bowls are packed with sodium sauces and flavor enhancers that quietly overload your system. They might look like a balanced meal, but inside they carry nearly a full day's worth of salt plus additives like MSG that put extra stress on your memory. Picture to women Dorothy and Helen, both in their early 80s. Dorothy cooks a large batch of brown rice at home, divides it into small portions, and freezes them when she needs a quick meal. She reheats the plain rice and adds fresh vegetables or lean protein. Her meals are balanced, her blood pressure stays safe, and her memory remains clear. Helen, however, often buys frozen rice bowls because they are fast and prepackaged. She assumes they are healthier than takeout. But what she does not realize is that one bowl may contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That is nearly half of what an older adult should consume in a whole day. Over time, Helen notices her ankles swelling, her sleep becoming restless, and her memory feeling foggy. So the question is this: is the convenience of frozen bowls worth the price of your health? After 70, your kidneys and heart are more sensitive than ever, and too much salt directly increases your risk of stroke, dementia, and heart disease. But here is the good news: you do not have to give up easy meals. Just cook rice once or twice a week, freeze small plain servings, and add your own fresh toppings later. This way you know exactly what is going into your body. And let me ask you one more question before we wrap up this part. When you look inside your freezer, are the quick meals in there supporting your health or slowly stealing it away? Sometimes the difference between decline and vitality is as simple as choosing plain over processed. So now you know the first 3 frozen foods that may quietly harm your health after 70: sweetened berries, breaded seafood, and microwavable rice bowls. But there are still 3 more to go, and trust me, the last one will surprise you the most, because it is something almost everyone believes is healthy. So stay tuned for part 2, where we reveal the final 3 hidden dangers in your freezer and show you how to replace them with choices that protect your brain and body for years to come. Today we continue our journey into the freezer and uncover more hidden dangers that most people never think about. If you are over 70 or have a loved one in that stage of life, this message is especially for you, because the foods we are about to discuss may look safe and even comforting, but in reality they may slowly harm the brain, the heart, and the overall body. I know. Before we dive in, let me ask you this: when you open your freezer, what do you see? Is it stacked with boxes of pies, bowls of stews, and colorful packets of smoothies? Do you feel comforted knowing they are there for convenience, or do you ever pause and wonder what is really hiding inside those boxes and bags? Stay with me, because by the end of this video you will see those frozen items in a completely new light. Number 4 on our list is frozen pies and breakfast pastries. At first glance, they feel like a treat, a reminder of cozy mornings or family gatherings. Maybe you love the smell of a warm pie coming out of the oven, or the quick grab and go option of a frozen toaster pastry. But here is the hidden truth: these frozen treats are loaded with refined carbs, unhealthy oils, and chemical preservatives. Every bite may feel satisfying in the moment, but what it does inside the body is a different story. Imagine pouring sugar into your bloodstream and watching your blood sugar levels spike like a roller coaster. For older adults, these sharp rises and crashes do not just cause fatigue, they can accelerate aging at the cellular level. They also weaken the immune system and create stress on the pancreas. Over time, that stress increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, which is already a major concern for people after 70. And that is not all. The refined oils and additives in these pastries fuel chronic inflammation And inflammation is one of the key drivers of dementia cancer and heart disease. So what can you do instead? The answer is not to deny yourself all pleasure. The secret is moderation and smart swaps. If you truly crave something sweet, try baking a simple pie at home. Using oats, almond flour, or whole wheat flour. Choose natural sweeteners like honey or stevia. And use fresh fruits rather than sugary fillings. This way you still enjoy the comfort without the hidden dangers. The next time you see that frozen pastry box in the store, remember that what looks like a quick breakfast could actually be stealing years of health and vitality. Let us move on to number 5, frozen soups and stews. At first, these sound like a healthy choice. After all, soup is warm, soothing, and often considered a comfort food for the sick or tired. But take a closer look at the label of a frozen soup and you will often find shocking amounts of sodium, flavor enhancers, and a common additive known as MSG, monosodium glutamate. For many older adults, sodium alone is a ticking time bomb. High levels of salt raise blood pressure, strain the kidneys, and weaken the heart. But MSG is where things get even more concerning. Studies have shown that MSG can trigger headaches, confusion, and even memory problems in sensitive individuals. And when you are over 70, the brain is already more vulnerable to changes in chemistry. Why add extra stress to it? Imagine reaching for a bowl of soup hoping for comfort, and instead feeding your body ingredients that cloud your memory and slow down your clarity. That is not comfort, that is silent harm. Good news is soup does not have to be dangerous. Homemade versions are not only safer, but often more delicious. You can prepare a large pot of soup with fresh vegetables, lean protein, and spices, and freeze it in small portions yourself. This way, you know exactly what is in your bowl, and you can control the salt content the next time you see a box of frozen stew in the store. Remember, it may save you a few minutes of time, but in exchange it could be costing your brain and heart their long-term health, and that is a trade you do not want. To Mackinac, let us uncover number 6, frozen smoothies and health shakes. This one may surprise you, because the packaging often looks healthy. Bright colors, pictures of berries and greens, bold labels that say protein or energy boost. Many people, especially seniors who want to stay fit, believe these frozen smoothies are a shortcut to good health. But the truth is more complicated. Many of these products contain artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and stabilizers. While these ingredients help the product stay smooth and sweet, they can quietly harm your gut. Why does that matter? Because the gut and brain are deeply connected. What happens in the gut does not stay in the gut. It affects mood, memory, and even decision-making. Artificial sweeteners disrupt the natural balance of gut bacteria. They can cause bloating, discomfort, and more importantly, they interfere with the signals that travel from the gut to the brain. Over time, this disruption may increase the risk of depression, memory lapses, and even dementia. Think about it. You may drink a frozen shake, believing you are doing something good for your health, but in reality, you are feeding your body chemicals that work against your brain. Does that sound like a fair deal? Of course not. A better choice is to make your own smoothies at home. You can use fresh or unsweetened frozen fruits. Add a handful of spinach or kale and blend with plain yogurt or almond milk. In less than 5 minutes, you will have a drink that not only tastes better but truly nourishes your body without hidden risks. No, let us bring it all together. Frozen pies, soups, and smoothies seem harmless, but they can quietly harm you after 70. They raise blood sugar, strain the heart, confuse the brain, and disrupt the gut. But the most important thing to remember is this: you do not have to give them up completely. The real power lies in awareness and choice. By choosing simpler homemade versions, you take control of your health, your energy, and your future. So let me ask you a question. Which of these frozen foods surprised you the most? Was it the sweet pies that looked harmless, the soups that seemed comforting, or the smoothies that pretended to be healthy? Share your thoughts below, because your story may inspire someone else to make a better choice. And if you found this video helpful, do not forget to like and subscribe, because we will continue to uncover the hidden truths about everyday habits and how they impact life after 70 years. Freezer can be your friend or your hidden enemy. The choice is in your hands. Choose wisely today and protect the brain, the body, and the years of life still ahead of you.